CLNSRadio.com, the home of Internet Sports Talk Radio.
I continue to bash Kevin Garnett from time to time, but where is he in the rebounding department for this team? You know, Kevin Garnett putting up only 6 rebounds today. Celtics leading rebounder today only had 7 rebounds. Paul Pierce and Jermaine O'Neal both had 7. I've heard fans of other teams talk after they lose a game. I've listened in to other shows across the country at times when their team loses the game. And when your team loses the game, you know, it always does feel like the refs may have screwed you out of a couple calls here or there. I agree that the Celtics seem to, you know, always seem to get the short end of that stick. But at some point, we really have to start stop taking the blame off the officials and really start putting the pressure on this team and start asking the questions of Kevin Garnett and where the hell he's been. I did that article on Garnett where I really slammed him, and I have no apologies for it. He hasn't made me eat my words yet, but for one game, and I'm not even going to count that.
Oh, the 24-9 game, come on.
Sorry. He's looked horrendous. He's looked just, like you said, lethargic and unathletic and painful to watch at times. And, people need to start – people around this area seem to be scared to ask Kevin Garnett what the hell he's doing. They seem like they don't want to dance on his floor. They don't want to step on his toes. And quite frankly, I'm not gonna make any friends by saying this, but I'm not afraid to ask these questions of this guy. And too many people are scared to go out and call the Celtics out. And the Celtics have looked horrendous, and Kevin Garnett is right at the front of that. Kevin Garnett's defense this year has not been Kevin Garnett defense. He's supposed to be the leader on this team on the defensive end. Where has that been? Is it any coincidence that this team's defense has looked horrendous the majority of this season, and that it combines with that Kevin Garnett has looked horrendous this season? Where's that intensity that we always hear about? Is that intensity gone? Is that intensity, now really only his chatter and his barking on the floor, and he's just not able to be that intense, fierce guy anymore? These are the questions that Celtics fans should be asking. Enough with the worrying about the officials. Start asking the questions of the players, because it's up to the players to go out there and put it out there on the floor. And if they're going to go out there every single game and worry about the officials, then you know what? Quite frankly, they won't make the playoffs. I think Kevin Garnett is slow on his rotations, slow to come over on the help defense. And when I think of Kevin Garnett defense, I think of 2008, when Rajon Rondo may have been fighting, and even the year after, just before the injury. Rajon Rondo was really, focused on the defensive end. He was going for the steals, and he could make that gamble and go for a steal because he knew that Kevin Garnett was behind him and he was going to throw down a ridiculous block if any point guard dared to cross into that paint. Right now, Rondo's still going for those steals. I think you're going to see him go for them less because I don't think that he has that confidence that Kevin Garnett is his guy behind him. I don't think that he has the confidence that he has anybody on his back and that if he goes for that steal, that it's going to be on him because nobody's going to be able to rotate over and stuff that paint. And we've seen it. We saw it tonight with Collison. We saw it on the third game of the season against the Hornets. These teams are just driving the paint on the Celtics defense. And the number one guy that Celtics fans and the media should be asking questions of is Kevin Garnett. And I hate to pile it on another Celtic, but he has looked horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
CLNSRadio.com, the home of Internet Sports Talk Radio.